In the first round, wasn't it?
Yeah,
first couple of rounds.
2 sessions.
And now it's first to 6. Is that good or bad for the game?
I think you've got to accept that some things are going to change, right? As long as the World Championship stays as it is and that doesn't change, we don't mind a few of the other tournaments being shortened slightly. It's a different world we live in now.
Okay. Boys, as you can see, are very close to getting onto the base. A quick prediction from both of you. I'll start with you, Jimmy. How's this one going to go?
I think Williams will win 6-2, 6-3.
I have to say, as much as Daniel Wells must be pleased to be there and he's up for none, Williams has got to be knuckling down and he should be winning matches like this.
Okay. Remember, of course, we will be back at the interval after the first 4 frames and then back at the end of the match to evaluate everything you've seen. A reminder again, any questions for the boys? We'll have plenty of time. Hashtag Eurosport Snooker. Right, let's hand over to our boys in the box. Joe Johnson is alongside the wonderful Dave Hendon.
His opponent, without doubt, one of the sport's all-time greats. He won the first of his 3 UK titles 20 years ago in Bournemouth. 4 times a champion of the world, the reigning Welsh Open champion, the Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins.
Yes, the UK Championship jewel in the snooker crown for sure. Been going since 1977. This man, John Higgins, has won it 3 times. You'd think by now he'd know which table to go on, wouldn't you? You're on table 2, John. He's up against his good friend Alan McManus. That's live on the Eurosport Player this afternoon. Big afternoon for Daniel Wells. We saw there
table 1. That's
from the guys in the studio how fortunate really he is to be here. Zhao Ying-tong with that crazy blue he played.
Enjoying the best season of his career so far.
But a great win. He won the decider, Daniel, and he's here playing his fellow Welsh
Classic and beat Barry Hawkins en route to the last 16 of this season's English Open. From Neath, Daniel Wells. And finally, a man just about coming to the end of a 6-month worldwide celebration tour after his famous exploits in May. He potted balls with his eyes closed, went for late-night kebabs, and turned up to his glorious press conference wearing nothing but his birthday suit. Ladies and gents, we are relieved he's fully clothed today, the reigning champion of the world, Mark Williams.
Yeah. Daniel, Mark's going to break up here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The first frame, Mark Williams to break.
It's 16 years since Mark Williams last won this title, but so what? It was 15 years, of course, between world titles number 2 and 3. It's been a remarkable 12 months for Williams. He certainly enjoyed it, and why shouldn't he? But this is a major event, make no mistake, and if there's any rustiness, then that's what Daniel Wells will be looking to exploit. There's not much to go on in terms of past meetings, just one, in fact. Williams won China Open meeting 4 years ago, but of course a lot's happened to him since then. I'm sure Daniel, though, just happy to be here after that incredible win over Zhao Ying-tong the other day. He's got some good results under his belt, but not terrific matches for him on TV, and this is a test, Joe, isn't it? Playing the world champion, packed house in a major event.
Yes, and as you say, they have played once before. It was 4 years ago, so plenty of time to forget about that meeting. And as the boys were saying in the studio there, if Mark Williams doesn't play to the top of his form, he can be very dangerous, Daniel Wells. He's had some really good wins, beating Sean Murphy, beating Joe Perry. So he's had some good wins, got to a quarter-final this year. He's a long way off this. That's not a good sign for Mark Williams fans. I know it's early days, but you'd expect to get nearer than that.
Well, particularly Williams, such a great long potter.
Probably thought he could have stayed on the black catching the reds. And that's another good recovery. That's a very good sign for Mark Williams fans. So that opening red, he's forgot about that straight away.
6.
And that's one of his strengths, to be able to forget about things.
Well, 1999 and 2002 were the 2 years he won this title. But there's been a bit of a second coming, hasn't there, for Williams in the last 12 months or so?
Quite incredible, wasn't it? What he's done, winning the World Championship, winning other tournaments as well, besides, just to prove it wasn't a fluke. And it wasn't a fluke because he played so well. Probably one of the best finals I've ever seen between two giants of the game.
Yes, and although since winning the World Open at the start of the season he's been in a bit of a slump, you know, these big tournaments, they may just inspire him to work in. I know that he was at one of the finest clubs in the country, putting some practice in.
Well, plenty of good players there to practice with. Well, I thought he was going to come down for the red by the black spot, take the red off the black spot, go back up for the black. Black comes back down onto its spot. Thought that would have been a plan, but decided to go into them. Hasn't worked out, so just the safety. And an easy safety shot to play from this red. Big target, those balk colours. Didn't want to bring that red over this side of the table, though, and that's a mistake. Well, not easy, but a chance.
This is the main arena here in York. There's two arenas. There's a sports hall, which is not quite luxurious as this, to say the least, but this is the, as I say, the main arena, and it's packed on this Saturday afternoon, which is great news.
Well supported snooker in Yorkshire, David.
Spoken like a true Yorkshireman.
Well, a long way off that. Wasn't easy, as I said. Now he's got to rely on some luck. And he's got some. Don't want those kind of shots against Mark Williams, world champion. And I'm saying he's got some luck, but this is a possible pot here. Well, maybe he got a little kick there because the red just seemed to straighten up a little bit. Played it in such a way as to cover the red in case he missed it. Very clever of the world champion.
Talking about Williams potentially becoming number one, which he will do if he wins the title, but Daniel Wells is at the other end of the scale, trying to keep his tour card. He's already guaranteed 5,000, doubles if he were to win this match to 10,000. Now on the provisional rankings, he's bang in trouble. Daniel Wells is on that cut-off. Top 64 stay on at the end of the season, and he's 66th. So every pound he can earn in coming tournaments, particularly these big events, these big money events, are obviously going to help him.
Yeah, plus, you know, he's going to be seen on British television. This is what you play for. Well, the cue ball just seemed to run to the left there as it was coming across the table. But he's still managed to cover this red over the left corner. Using the blue to cover the red, and that's given Daniel Wells something to think about. He could try and land up to the red over the left corner, coming off that left side cushion.
Actually went to the same school in Neath in South Wales as two other professionals, Jamie Jones and Michael White. Incredible really to think that that school produced three professional players who were around about the same age.
Yeah, I wonder if they all bunked off at the same time. That red coming across the table. On another day it could have gone in, but an easy open up for Mark Williams. Well, the kiss could have been kinder. Didn't put anything on the cue ball to avoid the reds and the pink. And he's been attacking so far. Will he take this difficult pink on? Oh, another wonderful shot. Made it look so easy, but that was a very, very good shot. Again, knew he was leaving reds on had he missed it.
Well, he's always been a relaxed sort of character, but I think more so at the moment. He's very dangerous, Williams, because, you know, the worst thing that can happen is that he loses. He's still world champion. That's his attitude here.
8.
Well, another tough pink if he decides to take it on. And most players, when they miss this type of shot, miss it on the far jaw. Missed it on the near jaw.
Mark Williams.
That was a good attempt, but he's left Daniel Wells with a good chance here. Difficult to keep getting good shots. 2-1, 0. So what can he do? He'd like to get the pink or black back onto the pink spot.
1.
Makes the break building a little bit easier. Just a little bit too heavy for the two reds, just below the pink spot. I thought he was going to come off the two cushions and play for the reds behind the black spot. Well, potted it too well. And that was a poor positional shot. And looks to be end of break. It was a shot before though on the blue when he left himself awkward on this red. Very nearly missed it.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything, is it, for early nerves, because that was a chance to put a few together. And you're right what you say, he is a good safety player, Wells, but ultimately you're going to have to make the breaks here today. That was a chance.
Daniel Wells, 7.
remember Clive Everton writing something about similar to that in snooker scene a long time ago when he was commenting on Eddie Charlton playing Ray Reardon, and he said you just cannot win world championships on safety alone. You've got to score heavy, and that was probably one of the reasons why Eddie Charlton never won it, because he relied on his safety play so much. And today's game obviously is down to potting, and that's another mistake from Daniel Wells. Has he been fortunate? Just going back to Eddie Charlton, one of the best safety players of all time, no doubt about that. But his scoring was not in the same league as Ray Reid and John Spencer. Well, Daniel Wells had a little bit of luck there with that poor safety.
Although Eddie did make the first century at the Crucible.
Hey, what a start that is. I'll remember that one. Pull that out of the air, folks.
Well, this is a different era. Daniel Wells just trying, as I say, to consolidate his position on the tour. And believe me, when players say we don't look at the rankings, they know exactly where they are and what they have to do and what the dangers are. And as I say, tour survival is uppermost in his mind this season. That's a great pot.
Yeah, it certainly is. Because he was leaving a red on had he missed that. That will give him a bit of confidence. Or should do. He's not left with an easy colour though. So needs another really good pot this, and there's plenty of pressure on this. Yeah, there was plenty on it.
Daniel Wells, 1.
Full marks for taking it on. Unfortunately, the blue was run safe there, which could work in his favour. Well, nicely played, giving himself chance of black or pink. Get the pink or black back onto the pink spot. And with that 21-point lead already, have a good chance of winning the frame at this visit.
Well, he spent a lot of time at the bar this year, Mark Williams, but that's a different sort of bar on your screen. Well, not on the red to the middle.
No, that's a poor positional shot from Mark Williams. He'll be disappointed, but maybe he can get to the red to the left corner. Referee's just checking to see if the black would go on the black spot.
Well, it's a very scrappy start. I was just saying the bar was the points he needed to get to win the frame. It was 60, but this is not an impressive start really by either player.
Very good recovery, because he was playing that shot with the disappointment of playing the poor positional shot the shot before, and that's what made that shot just that little bit more difficult. But again, very good at putting disappointment out of his mind.
Yeah, he's got a great temperament, always has done, even when he was in the doldrums a little bit. He stayed the same
11.
Within himself. And now, of course, he's got so much confidence, having scaled the heights once again.
12.
Well, I expected a little bit of side on the cue ball there, which would have left this pink a lot easier to the middle. think he got a little kick there, you know.
18.
Just showing some emotion, because that could have been the second kick that he's got. I don't think he could have missed it by that much, to tell you the truth. And that's what he thought about it. Got the snooker, but shouldn't be too difficult to land up to these reds off the right side cushion. Surprised he played it that way instead of coming off the right side cushion, landing up to the reds. Could have left this red on, and he may have a chance to this red to the baulk corner. Wasn't far away, but it's going to be on to this left corner.
Yeah, 38-point lead is useful with such a scrappy table. Can Williams kill this off now?
Well, he couldn't have played that any better. He's got the angle on the black to disturb the reds if the red doesn't go to that right corner. All depends on this shot. Any better, he played the cannon to the red, that a hit, sending it towards that right corner, but he's got the cover.
Williams, 8.
Yes, excellent safety shot. Concentrating on putting the red towards that right side cushion, which gives him some insurance. Having to just swerve the cue ball slightly. I haven't swerved it too much.
Well, not the result anyone was expecting there. The green going in.
Foul. Williams 4.
Well,
and a miss.
He's waiting for the miss to be called. Got to go back, because if he misses again, then it's snooker's required.
Yeah, just help me up there.
This is going to be difficult. The green's got to go back first. He spotted it up on the spot.
Well, they'll have the picture to help, and the marker is Rob Spencer, who can help Colin here. There's Rob. Not the most thrilling start to our coverage of the UK Championship. We'll get better for sure. And one thing I'll say about Williams, and it's been true his whole career, he's good at winning bad frames, and that's a skill in itself. He keeps his concentration when he goes scrappy.
I thought the green was the other side of the brown, but apparently not. This is the bit that he's got to get right, because he had to swerve around the yellow slightly, ever so slightly. And as David said, he's got to hit it this time, otherwise he's going to need snookers.
Yeah, that could be a slightly millimetre out, so yeah.
Halfway bend it around the yellow.
Yeah, just making it a bit more difficult. What a good sportsman.
That one.
Yeah, that's better.
You okay, Mark?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's about right. Before he could hit the red without having to turn it.
Well, first things first, got to hit it.
Caught it too full. Now does the red pass the black to the middle? If it does. It has been an awkward frame, this. But this red to seal it.
Yeah, as I say, Williams, he wins frames like this. Doesn't seem to matter too much to him if it all gets a bit scrappy. Wells had chances for sure, early on in particular. One of those tournaments they both would have grown up watching. A lot of tournaments on the circuit, of course, now, which is great, but not that many have a long history. This tournament first held 1977. Mark Williams was only 2 years of age. Daniel Wells wasn't born for another 11 years, so it's got a proud history. Ooh. Well, he's miscued and potted the blue. Interesting. Well, he likes a trick shot, but he didn't mean this.
Yep, and as long as he hits the right side of the blue, the front end, as it were, it's not a foul if it goes over. Good pop.
Well, it's been a great 2018 for Mark Williams, and it could get better yet. Whatever he says about doesn't care if he's world number one or not, it would be a great achievement to wrestle that top spot from Mark Selby.
20.
Well, even to be there or thereabouts is a tremendous feat, isn't it?
22.
Quite incredible. And he's done it through absolute pure genius. He's done it through playing absolutely superbly. Nothing can take it away from him, and that's why it doesn't matter if he enjoys himself. Why not?
Well, for the next 9 days, if he gets that far to the final, it'll be about points rather than pints for Mark Williams. That's away in the background, the world number one thing. The main thing is try and get yourself up and running in this UK Championship. It wasn't a great opening frame, let's be honest. Chances on both sides, very scrappy. Mark Williams has won it, that's all he cares about. He leads Daniel Wells 1-0.
Should be easy enough to escape.
As I mentioned earlier, there's another 4 tables in the sports hall here at the Barbican. They started a bit earlier at 1 o'clock. So already Jack Lazowski's 3-0 up on Meiji Wen. That's the other thing to watch this week. It's the last counting event for the Masters. And Jack at the moment in good shape. He's in 16th place because it's a top 16, just ahead of Marco Fu. So it'll be interesting to watch those 2 players this week. And they could play each other in the last 32, so that would be a massive match.
Hasn't really been close to his long potting as yet.
Well, look at the overall pot success, not great really yet. But it's a question of whether Williams gets punished for missing, and so far he's not been. Not saying that was easy by any means, but Wells hasn't quite settled yet.
And that's an interesting shot. He's decided to play there. He could have played off the red next to the black, freed the black, but decided to leave the black tied up. This is the venue, and what a venue it is. Packed house, as David said. Great atmosphere.
Yes, I mean, for 20 years this tournament was synonymous with the Preston Guildhall, and many great snooker moments were played out there, but came to the Barbican in the early part of the millennium, left for a few years because they were refurbishing the Barbican, but has returned in recent years, and it's a lovely place, York, and a great venue.
Another long red, missed by Williams. Nothing easy left though for Daniel Wells. There is a red to the left corner, but cue ball looks to be going into the black and the red.
First ever final here was 2001. Ronnie O'Sullivan against Ken Doherty, and they play each other tomorrow afternoon. Once again, 17 years on.
If I remember rightly, that was a big win for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Good pot.
Well, yeah, 10-1. It was a battering, in fact.
Yeah.
He played really well. Ken happy to get a frame in the end.
Of course, Ken at that stage was still a big force in the game. Great player. Well, again, he caught that so well, that safety shot. And look at that, where the cue ball is. He snookered his opponent on all the reds. And this time, not straightforward. If he skims off these reds, he leaves the red on. And that will do nicely. Back in the same spot. Not quite the snooker this time. I'll say that Daniel Wells is a good safety player, but there's none better than Williams.
I mean, there's a very proud tradition of snooker in Wales. There's been 4 Welshmen who've won this title. Yeah, Ryan Day, speaking of Welshman, he was another casualty in the week, lost to Joe O'Connor.
Oh, that's an excellent long red. Knew he could only leave the red he was playing on, but nicely on the black now that it's gone in. And look how close it was to the yellow. Again, did well to pop the black at that speed. Trying to get up for this red to the middle.
Well, any errors he's made so far have not been punished. Now Williams, you would say, with a good chance to just settle down and make a nice break here. Well, there's that bar that we mentioned earlier. So 66 currently what he needs to get to leave Wells needing snookers.
70.
But it can change depending on what colours he takes, of course. No great surprises at 19 seconds. He's not any sort of slow player. There was a match in the week, I'm going to have to name names here, Rod Lawler. He won a match, his average shot time was 40 seconds, and Barry Hearn, chairman of World Snooker, wasn't too impressed, judging by his comments. The other side of that, though, of course, is the prize money in the first round leaps from nothing to 5,000. It means a lot to some of the players down the rankings.
40.
Having another look at these two reds by the pink spot makes his life easier if it goes into this right corner. But it's not too sure. There's another red that he can play on. The red closest to the right cushion. It looks very tight, that, doesn't it? But it will go to the middle easy enough. So if there's any doubt whatsoever, he could play for it to the middle. Taking this other red first. Building a lead.
47.
Now he's got the chance to either go into them or play for that red to the middle, play for the red to the right corner. He's got plenty of options, and that's because he's left the cue ball in a good spot. Well, it's hard to tell from our camera angle if it will go. But as I say, it will go to the middle. Well, he's seen another red, and this is. Well, he's decided to play this red, and he's not enough points in front. Only needs the red. But if it's dodgy, why not play for the other red? Well, that one goes easy enough.
62.
Yeah, he's, as I say, just settled down now. The first frame was very scrappy. There were mistakes at the start of this frame. His pot success, 82%. But Wells was down at 57, not putting him under pressure, not punishing. And Williams here, as we see how he just dropped this red in at the start,
69.
He's going to win potentially with a century now.
And he's looking like the world champion again, isn't he? Doesn't take much to bring that old confidence back. And a beautiful little cannon there to develop those two reds.
77.
Yeah, for all the talk about, he likes big partying since the world title. Tournaments like this focus the mind, as the Masters will in the new year as well. The real jewels in the crown. As Neil Foles said at the start, It's been a tournament that's had virtually no surprise winners. Doug Mountjoy, who I mentioned earlier, when he won it the second time, you could argue was a surprise, but really you look at the Roll of Honour, it's all the players you'd expect to have won it, including this man. So potentially here is going to make career century number 450. Just showing his class after that very scrappy start in frame one. Well, now it's going to need yellow and green for the century. So suddenly he's found his range. We had 55 centuries in just the 3 days of pre-TV, the first round. So some heavy scoring being done. Daniel Wells himself made his highest ever break as a pro, 141. Now he could do some more of that because Williams is starting to look good. And if Wells gets a chance early in frame 3, he's got to start putting something together. That's if he gets a chance. Terrific breakdown, 116 from Mark Williams after an uncertain start in front. Albeit probably should have lost the match.
Yeah, and it's taken him a little bit of time to get used to the TV table. Big crowd. Not situations that he's normally used to. But I think if he does find his way, settles, it could give Williams a good game. Played the cannon to the red to try and hold for this red to the right corner. He's on it, but 16. Not ideally. Not always easy to judge, coming off the red, hitting the cushion, coming back off again. But this has turned out nice. The red's nicely spread now. Down to him. And to hit it again, but he's got this red to the right middle.
24.
Well, he's just thinking a few shots ahead. He's got the pink if he wants to play for it, but he's concerned about where the pink's going to go when it's respotted. It could stop the red going to the left corner, the one he's closest to. So he's just thinking a few shots ahead there. And that's why he's played up for the blue. Played it just a little bit strong, so may have to come off 2 cushions. Play for that red directly above the black. plant there, but there's distance between the two reds. And the red directly above the black will go to the right corner. So if he could play a cannon to those two reds there, that's what he'd be left with. Doesn't want to play the cannon hard though, just wants to touch the red if he plays that shot. Now decided to play for the red to the left middle, nothing wrong with that. That's guaranteed.
38. 39.
Straight enough on this red.
44.
It was an easy blue to get straight onto it from, so I may have to go back up for the blue, and the danger is if he gets the wrong side of it,
I
think he's just about got there. There's a possible plant, but also the red will go to the right corner. And I think that's the safest option for Daniel. That looks easy on TV, but the distance makes it missable. Looks like he's playing the plant. And I would have liked to have seen him closer to them and straighter on them. Where he's left it missable. And only 50 points in front. Wasn't sure, but it's gone in. To be fair, I didn't think that was in as it was coming towards the pocket. Oh, he's overhit that one. That's end of break. Unless he can find another plant here.
58.
Got a big bounce off the cushion.
So,
well,
58, but there's still plenty on.
Fortunate there, Mike Williams covering both these reds to the right corner. There is a possible plant there to the left corner. And I thought Daniel could have played it last time round as a shot to nothing. Doesn't want to bring those two reds off the left side cushion. another red off the cushion. And that just leaves one safe red. Excellent safety again. The two reds just above the black. Daniel doesn't want to disturb. But he played a great shot there. Tap on the table from the world champ. That's all the reds in play.
Lazowski not only 4-0 up on Meiji Yuen, already back from the interval, although of course they did start about half an hour before these matches in the other arena, but just underlining the great season he's having, Lazowski.
Yeah, it'd be great to see him in the Masters, wouldn't it? Great to see him in the top 16, actually. Very attacking player. And whoever he plays is forced into playing an attacking game. Doesn't suit everybody.
Well, if he plays Fu in the next round, that is going to be some match, because it could decide effectively the place in the Masters. Fu might have to win another match after that, but anyway, that's still to come.
ये मेरी बेटी अहमद का कमरा है, जेवर और सामान।
Very good investigation. लगता है चोर रात को पार्टी में जाने से पहले सोचता है कि आज कौन से बुंदे पहनने हैं।
Very difficult to play the safety. Played it with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the reds, and that's not too bad.
Meanwhile, just quickly, Tep Char's now 3-0 up against Neil Robertson, so the former champion in trouble on table 3. And McManus and Higgins are on a respot on the second table. Early drama, Joe, you can't beat it.
Yes, and we knew that was going to be drawing blood from each other, didn't we? John Higgins and Alan McManus, two fierce competitors still in their second frame.
Yeah, Higgins cleared up the colours to force the respot. Wells has been in here with 58, but as you see, still 83 on.
David, we're going to do the interview to show you.
Well, as I say, there's drama on table 2, Higgins and McManus with their respot. Now, this is live on the Eurosport Player, but we can show you here what's happening. McManus sits down. He's 1-0 down in the match. Higgins has gone for the double, but he's left a chance for McManus.
Yeah, you take your luck there where it's going to go if you miss the double. He was trying to put distance between cue ball and black.
And in it goes. So McManus levels up. They're going to take some separating, those two. McManus has got a great record against Higgins. That's live on the Eurosport Player.
might just have left a chance here for Daniel. This long red to the right corner. There's plenty of danger attached to it. But the problem is, if he doesn't play it, and he plays the safety, Williams may play that red and win the frame from it. So he's got to apply himself, knows he's got to take it on, and take it on full-blooded. Go for it. Don't just play the shot, but expect to get it. But he doesn't want to play it, but I don't think he's got an option. If he plays safe off the red, he leaves the red to the left corner, or a possibility of the red to the left corner. Good shot. Excellent shot. Deserved better. I don't think he's on a colour, and I don't think it's going to be easy to play safe from there. Very, very unfortunate, because it was a terrific pot. Applied himself well. And normally, you would get a little bit of luck. I don't think he's got any other option.
Because a lot of players will be thinking about other shots, and you see the reds lined up, but this one opens them all up for him. So he plays the red in the middle, which I thought was a really nice shot to get out of the way, clearing the decks for other shots. So it's not all about just going into the pack willy-nilly and seeing what you can do. So he knocks this in. Everything now is potable to the other pocket. So that was a good shot. But there were other shots in this break, because the frame is by no means won at this stage. Well, I'm just going to stop it in a sec when we come to the next shot. He's very interested in which of those two reds goes. But the easy way, see this red here, if he can get that one out of the way...